New Sex Diaries is brought to you by New Sex Now, the ultimate instructional video for extreme sexual pleasure.
I can't stop thinking about it. I can still feel his hands touching me. It was so sweet.
You know, when you find something in the garage that you never expected that you would ever see again, and then when you find them, you're like super happy you found them. And then when you take the CD and you actually put it in your portable CD player that you have, because none of your devices actually have a CD player anymore, and you realize that the audio files are still 1000% intact. Yes, love audio. And then there are the commercials that you wrote 20 years ago, you actually thought were lost forever, that you loved. That's right. So New Sex Diaries was a campaign that I was hired to work on because the guy that had this videotape of how to give women an orgasm with their G-spot, he couldn't sell it anywhere. So he came to me, my company, C-Spot Run Productions. No, not G-Spot Run. And he hired me to figure it out. How were we going to let people know that his VHS tape, yes, VHS, existed? It was the year 2000. And how would we get it cleared past standards and practices? Because he couldn't. So I came up with radio.
I had heard about New Sex. Someone said they saw this amazing video. I never imagined I could feel so incredible. It wasn't just me, though. It was Jack, too. We watched the video together. Wow. It only took 1 hour, and well, I think you can tell that I'm totally satisfied. Sex just isn't what it was. I wonder how I can spread the word. New sex. God, I needed that.
Why not give your Valentine new sex? Call toll-free 1-866-2-NEW-SEX.
Don't call any toll-free number. They don't exist. This product does not exist. It did exist 20 years ago. I just have to keep telling you that. So the challenge really was the standards and practices. You know, we couldn't get it cleared anywhere. The owner of it, he really believed that it was a training video. So anyway, my job was simple. How do I creatively approach his marketing? And radio commercials like this is what I came up with. Different characters, different scripts, run them in morning drive time, and never really talk about too much what it is, but through the characters, people would want to listen to the New Sex Diaries that was going to play after they heard the jingle. And that was my idea, but yet the radio stations thought differently.
Is brought to you by New Sex Now, the ultimate instructional video for extreme sexual pleasure.
Wow, what a night with Emily. It was so exciting. I don't mean exciting, thrill ride exciting. I mean excited all day exciting. I've only got one thing on my mind, and that is making her, well, I'll leave that up to your imagination. I felt like I was in the middle of the most wonderfully sensual frenzy on earth. Man, it really got me going. I have to admit, I should have said yes to new sex a long time ago. My friends tried to tell me. They said, if you want her begging for you, you've got to check out this tape. I did the other day when I had nothing else to do. Now I'll never have old sex again. New sex. It's worth every penny and every moment.
Just ask Emily if you don't believe him. Anyway, so that was obviously my black dude. Yeah. And he was a really handsome black dude here. This is my favorite one, though.
Pleasure.
Today is my 35th birthday, and I bought myself a present. New Sex Now. I hope Jack isn't offended. After all, I haven't had the big O during sex in 5 years. Turning 35 has a major effect on women. Think about it. I'm at the prime of my sexual life, and I settle for sex for less. I woke up today knowing I had to take action. Let's face it, how many years can I fake it? The buzz around town is new sex. It's all over LA. I checked it out, and it's perfect. Subtle yet mutual. My friend Joni said it did wonders for her and Will. It's like finding something radically new and exciting, something to really look forward to. She said that it turned her on as much as Will. Now that's a concept.
So,
New
what's
sex
the
now.
moral
I can't
to my
wait for Jack
story,
to
you
get
may
home.
be
Call
wondering
toll-free,
today?
1-866-2
Yes, there is a moral. The moral is that
1-866-2
just because something didn't work 20 years ago, that doesn't mean it wouldn't work today. I truly believe that if you are creative enough to find workarounds, you can find them in everything that you do. And I was so happy to find these commercials because I was always proud of this work, even though nobody ever got to hear it. I thought I would share with you. This one is Surfer
Quite
Dude.
happy with my sexual performance. Who really cared? It's good for me. That's all that mattered. Now I have to really disagree with that theory. What happened to me last night was something out of this world. It all started on New Year's Eve when I met this ultimate sweetness. I mean, really tight babe. Before I knew it, she's got me at her house and we're watching this video called New Sex Now. You know, the one everyone in LA is talking about? Well, I have to admit, I was a little embarrassed at first, but I really got into it. Yeah, me, I'm Mr. Love 'em and leave 'em. Dude, all I have to say is forget about everything you knew. You've got to try new sex. I mean, you've got to try it. It's worth it. Totally.
Call toll free 1-866-2-NEW-SEX. That's 1-866-2.
Hey, thanks for listening, everyone. Check out my website, wendycooper.com, and I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow. And hey, by the way, if you're going to think of a product, make sure to think about how you're going to market it before you go make a new sex diary product.